Today we are going over my complete guide to Facebook Marketplace negotiation. This involves the 3 components to every Facebook Marketplace to eBay deal, how to structure your offers to get them accepted at a high rate and to maximize your hourly rate. And then we're going over how to deal with counter offers when you make your offer and the seller counters at a separate price. So let's get started with the 3 components to every deal. First component is the price. This is the price that you as the buyer, the Facebook Marketplace person as the seller, agree on. The second are the terms, when and where you will be meeting to pick up the item. And the third is form of payment, cash, Venmo, Zelle. When I'm making my offers to someone on Facebook Marketplace, I try to cover 2 of those 3 parts. So I don't always give the seller the price they want, but I will always give them when and where they want to meet and their preferred form of payment. If they want to take Venmo, I'll Venmo them. If they want to take Zelle, I'll Zelle them. If they want cash, I'll give them cash. But also I will meet them when and where they want to meet. But what that means is they don't always get the price that they want. So let's take example, this Thermador range that I have pulled up on my screen right now. So this Thermador range is listed on Facebook Marketplace for $990 and it was listed 8 weeks ago here in Denver. When I'm taking a look at it, the first thing that I do is I take the model number and I copy and paste it into eBay and I sort by solds. As you can see here, there's one that sold for $3,000 on best offer plus $500 delivery. So let's just say they accepted an offer of $2,000 plus $500. I can go ahead and do the research to see exactly what it was offered, but we'll call it $2,500 was the sales price with free shipping. Now, with freight shipping, it probably costs around $400, $500 to get this anywhere in the country. So we'll take that off, call it $2,000. eBay fees will take roughly $300 as well. So this seller, after fees and shipping, netted $1,700. Doesn't account for their purchase price. So we'll consider that we're gonna make $1,700 on this unit. But to deal with everything, all of the fees, the cleaning, the shipping, the freight shipping, and then going in there and making sure this unit works and is fully functional, I need to get this for a hell of a lot cheaper. So what I'm gonna do is just looking at it, I can tell there's some stains back here that we're gonna have to try to get out. So what I'm gonna do is say, hey there, would you take $400 cash for this unit? If so, I am happy to swing by and pick up. Because if they accept my offer of $300 cash, then I will be making $1,300 at a bare minimum, which is incredible. Now, if it does sell for full asking price of $3,500, that's just the cherry on top, and I'd probably be making closer to $2,000 on this sale. So if I can get it for $400, sell it for $3,500, my profit will be $2,000, and to deal with the picking it up, the cleaning, the shipping, probably all in, it's gonna take 5 hours. I am more than happy to accept an hourly rate of $250 to $500 an hour to pick this thing up. Now, obviously, freight shipping is involved. I have videos on how to freight ship, how to package your freight shipments, and how to make your quotes. So you should know how to freight ship, as well as there's a free freight shipping guide in the description. But this is my structure for making offers. So with this deal in particular, I'm coming to him and picking it up when and where he wants, and I am paying him in cash, which is most likely the preferred method of payment. But because I'm doing those 2 things, he may not get the price he wants if he accepts my offer. So that's how I like to make my offers. I be very, very kind, and I tell him exactly what's gonna happen. I'm gonna give him $400, and I'm gonna pick up when and where he wants. That's what all sellers need to know. So make your first message when you're reaching out to people on Facebook Marketplace exactly how the transaction is going to go. They need to know how they're gonna get paid, when it's gonna be picked up, and how much they're gonna get paid, all in one message. It makes you much more likely to actually close the deal versus saying, hey, would you take $400, and then negotiating all the rest later. So we're gonna go down and look at this one. This is an Optiline 5-200, Optiline Plus. So I'm gonna take this one. I'm gonna copy paste this into eBay. Now, this is actually an incredible deal that I am picking up. As you can see here, it sells for $1,000. So this one's pre-owned for Who knows what's going on with this one, but sells for almost 2,000 bucks. If we look at how many are listed, we see there's 7 listed. Here's this one listed for $1,800 plus $300 delivery, 1,000 bucks, 1,100 bucks, 2,000 bucks, parts for 1,000, pre-owned, free delivery with a separate model number for $100. Now for this one to be listed for 300 bucks with everything complete, with the correct model number, I do not need to negotiate on this one. So I'll show you my messages here. I said, hey Michael, can you shoot me back with a photo of the device? He sent me the photo. I made sure it looked exactly like the sold comp. So I went in, sorted by solds, clicked on this sold listing and make sure it was identical. And because it was identical, I was more than happy to be, hey, can I come by and pick this thing up? Because let's see. Optoline LE 5.200. Go back to mine that I'm going to be picking up. LE 5.200. So beautiful, just like that. We are going to turn $300 into $2,000 minus fees and shipping. Everything works. I can swing by sometime tomorrow if you're around for $300. He read it. Now I need to get him to respond. So just like that, if we can go in and buy this, we're going to make over $1,000 on something that doesn't need freight shipping. And this is the power of flipping really niche items, unlike phones or couches or cars. You can make $1,000 flipping a car, but you can make $1,000 flipping something like this. Way less hassle, way less management, no titles, no engines, nothing like that. And this would probably take 7 or 8 phone flips, maybe 10 phone flips, and probably 4 or 5 couch flips without having to move anything like that. So that's why I love to flip super niche items. And if you're struggling to figure out what items to flip, within Master Marketplace, down in the first link in the description, $79 a month as of now, but you get access to this entire calendar, this classroom section. Plus, on top of that, you get one-on-one coaching, full shipping course, community buy list, the best search terms, as well as I come in and make buy lists for specific categories with the best models for each. EV chargers, aviation headsets, Fluke, cooktops, inverters, and Garmin. And the next buy list coming out will be contractor equipment, just like this Optoline Plus here.
Okay, now let's talk counter offers. One rule I follow is I do not negotiate with terrorists. Whatever price I offer is the price that I stay firm at. A couple weeks ago, I made a video regarding something I sold on eBay for $6,000. Here's a screenshot of the negotiation. I used my script. I said, hey there, would you be willing to take $1,500 cash for it? Even though it was listed for $4,000. Had some questions, had to inquire. This person, the seller, countered at $3,000. I said, no thank you. I can do $1,500 cash and I can pick up from you. Let me know if that works. Immediately she said, okay, yes, that works. Come and get it. Here's the psychology, or at least I'm no psychologist, but here's how I think about it. Again, people want their items sold. They want to get rid of their items. They just want the stuff gone, especially with the bigger and more niche stuff that has a smaller market locally. I make my offer, it's competitive, and I'm paying them cash when and where they want to meet. When they counter, that shows interest that they want to get their items sold. They're saying, hey, I will take less for what I'm asking because I want my item gone. When you counter and you stay at the price that you offered, you are setting yourself up for success because they already showed interest that they want their item sold. You do not need to raise your price. If they say no, that is okay. You move on to the next deal. I offered $1,500. I stood firm on it. And because of that, I was able to make $3,000 on one sale. One freaking sale, $3,000 because I stayed firm on my price. I could have paid more and made less, but I didn't want to take that risk for something that had slower sales data, even though it sold within 2 weeks. Stay firm on your price, be nice, and follow 2 out of the 3 parts of the deal, and you'll be successful making offers to flip items from Facebook Marketplace to eBay. Thanks for watching. Join Master Marketplace. Get the free freight shipping guide. We'll see you next week.